Hello, this is Angela Robinson, coming to you from Durham Technical Community College, here to talk about some key features in your Introduction to Programming Logic and Design course. This video is the first installment of a two-part series about modules. In this video, I will be talking about procedures and functions. Until now, you've probably been working on programs that have everything done in one module, called the main module. This main module is the one module that is the same in all programs. It is the one that the computer uses to run the program. Here is the main module of my brushing teeth program. Think of modules as mini programs that have to be used within your main module. The purpose of utilizing modules in your program is so that you can write code that is reusable. Meaning, the code you write in the module isn't specific to any one program. It can be used in any program that needs to perform the task that is done in the module code. Most languages have modules already made up for you to use. Many refer to these ready-to-use modules as libraries. Others refer to them as the Application Program Interface, or API. For a better explanation of APIs, see this article on Webopedia. If the API doesn't have any code that would work for the task you are trying to do, you can make your own modules and break the main module of the program into smaller tasks. It would be good practice to get in the habit of making modular programs. There are two different kinds of modules, procedures and functions. Procedures perform a task and then returns control back to the main module to go to the next task. Functions not only performs a task and returns control back to the main module, it also returns the result of its task, allowing the main module to utilize that result. To better explain my point, I'm going to add a little twist to the brushing your teeth task. Let's say you're a dentist and you're cleaning a set of dentures for your patient. You decide to follow these steps that we've outlined for brushing your teeth. The brushing your teeth until clean is a procedure module. When you're done with the task, you move on to the next one. Rinsing your mouth with water until all toothpaste is eliminated can be considered a procedure module if it was your own mouth and teeth. However, with the dentist scenario, it can be considered a function because it not only resulted in the dentures being cleaned, but you, the doctor, let's say as the module, brings the clean dentures back to your patient, which in this case would be the main module. At that moment of returning those dentures to your patient, you become a function. When working with modules, you're either defining the module or calling the module. Defining the module is when you write the code of the module. The syntax for defining both procedures and functions are very similar. You start with the keyword module, followed by the name of the module. Then you add a set of parentheses. This is very important that you add these so that the program will know that it is a module and it has more code to execute. This first line is called the module heading. Below the heading, you have the indented code that the module performs at execution. At this point, if you're doing a procedure, you can end it. But if you're doing a function, you need to add one more line of code before ending the module. That line is the return statement. The Find Toothpaste module that I have made for our program is an example of a function where we're picking our toothpaste and then returning that specific toothpaste back to the main module so that it can be used in the Apply Toothpaste module. Here is the Apply Toothpaste module, where we are just performing a task that doesn't require us to return anything back to the main module. When calling the module, you're requesting the module to run its code within your program. To do that, you just need to call it by the name after using the call keyword. Here I show the main module where it is calling all of the modules for brushing teeth. Let's take a look at the flowcharts. Here you can see the main module using the square symbol with double lines at each side to call the modules. The flowcharts defining the modules all have starting and ending symbols just like the main module, except the starting symbol shows the name of the module. You can see that with the Find Sync module on here. Looking back at the main module, you may notice that I have something inside of the parentheses of each module name. We will go over what those mean in the second video for modules when we talk about parameters and arguments. Let's review what we have learned about in this video. Take a minute to answer the question on the next few slides. The answers will show up about 5 to 10 seconds after the questions show. If you need more time than that to come up with your answer, pause the video before the answer shows.